Hello everyone, my name is Filip Kuninc. Today I'll give a presentation about what factors affect professional tennis player annual earnings. My next slide is literature review. Here are the three most important scholarly articles for this project. In the first article, How Pro Tennis Player Make Money, a top 10 player explains, made by Forbes Journal, John Isner, a professional tennis player, describes how tennis players earn money. He states that tennis is very different from most of the jobs because there is no money guarantee at the beginning of the seasons and no year-end bonuses. The second article was written in 2013 is Tennis Number One Loser. In this article, Ira Baldwin describes the life of the American professional tennis player Michael Russell. He has a negative record and most of his matches doesn't show on TV, but he still was in the top 100 players and earned more than $100,000 just by entering Grand Slam tournaments. The third article is written by Michael Russell. Time for tennis to end disparity in prize money between past and the rest. In this article, Michael Russell tells about the huge gap between top 10 players' earnings and other tennis players. Russell states that the majority of increases in the last years in prize money were in winner, finalist, and two semi-finalist spots, and very slight increases in first rounds of ATP tournaments. In order to better understand what factors affect annual earnings of tennis players, I developed three hypotheses. My first null hypothesis is player's age is related to his ranking position, while my alternative one is player's age is not related to his ranking position. My second null hypothesis is player's position is related to prize money earned, and the alternative one is player's ranking position is not related to prize money earned. My third null hypothesis is the number of tournaments played is related to prize money earned. My number three hypothesis alternative is the number of tournaments played is not related to prize money earned. The next slide is research methodology. So for this project, all the data was collected on ATP Tour website. It's the official website of the organization that provides tournaments and prize money for all the players. The data was collected was ranking position, age, number of tournaments played, and prize money earned in 2020 for players who are ranked top 10, 45 to 55, 95 to 105, and 190 to 200. To, in order to test the hypothesis and measure the variables, I used regression analysis and correlation. Um, I was using 95% confidence level where the alpha value is 0.05, and I accepted the null hypothesis when it is lower than alpha value. My next slide are the results. Here you can see some of the results for my regression analysis and correlation. For my first hypothesis, I was using the regression analysis, and my significance F value is much higher than alpha value, which is 0.05. So I reject the hypothesis. My second one is significance F is much lower than alpha value. So I accept the hypothesis. And my third one, I was using the correlation, which shows that it is negative 0.4, which means I reject the hypothesis. Here you can see that. So for the additional results, in my opinion, it was interesting to describe the descriptive statistics of this variable, which is prize money earned in 2020. The interesting thing about this variable is that only 8 out of 40 tennis players have a higher result than the mean of this variable, which means that those 8 players earn much more money than the rest. In addition, the range is almost the same as the maximum because the minimum is $2,589, which means that one of the players almost didn't earn anything for the whole year playing tournaments. On the next slide, you can see the chart that shows ranking position of players at the bottom and the prize money earned for the year in dollars. You can see how big is the gap between top 10 players and top 55 players. So for the conclusion, I developed 3 conclusions for these presentations. For my hypothesis 1, the conclusion is player's age is related to his ranking position was rejected due to significant number of young players. For the second one is player's ranking position is related to prize money earned was accepted. And after the analysis, it is clear that ranking position affects the player's prize money the most. For the third hypothesis, the number of tournaments played is related to prize money earned is rejected due to significant difference in tournament prize money. That's my reference slide. Thank you for listening to me.